what's coming up next for Swoope?
First, there's going to be a High Society collective coming out, and then we're going to start working on the Swoope solo project. First solo project under Collision under Collision Records. So yeah, that's what's coming up.
Now, according to the High Society's website, there's a Swoope EP coming.
Okay.
Can you talk to us about
the
that?
Swoope EP has turned into a High Society collective. Natalie's still going to do Vanity Sucks. That's her EP that's coming out. Show is still going to be doing his EP, which is phenomenal. But the Swoope EP probably won't happen because we want to go hard on this Collision solo record. We've put out 2 EPs on Collision, and then I had a mixtape before that. So as a solo artist, all I've been doing for the past 3 years is mixtapes, EPs, mixtapes, EPs. So we're going to put the Swoope EP on hold and do a record on Collision. But like I said, it's kind of turned into a High Society collective, to where High Society is going to put out what's going to look like an album, but it's not going to be an album. It'll just be a collection of songs we've been working on. You know, get some buzz going in the secular world. Get some revenue, and then we're gonna start grinding on the album. So
cool. So is there a title for the excuse me, is there a title for the
I think we're gonna call it the High Society Collective Volume 1, because we want to keep this up to where if we're not putting records out, we don't want to do mixtapes, because we don't want to be like everybody else. I think what we're doing is different. Even in the secular genre, what we're doing is different. We've been compared to the Black Eyed Peas, but I think we're a little bit different from the Black Eyed Peas. I think people just see 3 guys and a girl, and it's like, oh, they're the gospel Black Eyed Peas. Like, nah. Even the Fugees, which is a welcomed comparison, because that was a legendary group, legendary album. I think we're a little bit different from them. So even labels like mixtape, album, and all of that, my family, all that stuff, I think we're going to call it just the High Society Collective, just to keep people up to speed on what we're working on.
It's cool. When can we expect some music from that?
Hopefully, middle of August. We're mixing the last 3 tunes right now. There's going to be about 8 or 9 songs from High Society, all 4 of us on the tracks, and then each of us is doing 1 or 2 single songs, solo songs on the record. So we're waiting on a couple songs to get mixed, and then we're going to work on a track listing, you know, what's going to make it, what's not going to make it, and then hopefully we can pick out a single to get some radio play, airwaves, and all of that, and roll from there.
Is it mostly produced by you and JR collabing?
Yeah, I think everything is me and JR. Yeah. Except one. One is produced by this cat named Jamie out of Atlanta that Show's working with. But yeah, man, JR is an excellent artist. Let me say that on record. He's a phenomenal artist, but in my opinion, he's an even better producer. Like the things that he comes up with, he knows how to articulate feeling very well. Like, you know, what you feeling today? Like, all right, let's work on this. So he'll play beats. We'll do something to it. He'll send it to me and say, can you put something over it? You know, that's the way we've been collabing so far. But I say a good 95% of the beats are me and JR.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned a solo album in the works as well. So you got the High Society Collective. That's being wrapped up.
Yep.
I guess we can assume that you're doing production on some of the other High Society's artists like Show and Susie Rocks.
Yeah, yep.
And then you mentioned a solo project with Collision.
Yep.
What can we expect from that?
That one is definitely going to be for the body. High Society, we're taking it to the masses. But when we went to Atlanta, when High Society went to Atlanta, the thing I told them, and I think this established my role as the mediator, the thing I told them was Show and JR have been doing CHH for years, and I'm still the new kid on the block, so there's still a lot on the inside that the Lord is revealing to me that, you know, I would like to say to the body. So I'm not going 100% left field. So my records that come out with Collision, even the records that I have on the High Society Collective, are very Christian. which established me as the balancer. So the Collision record that I'm working on, some of the stuff I've been writing is strictly for what I'm seeing in the body, a lot of the things that I'm enjoying in the body, a couple of things that, you know, I have a little disagreement with, but, you know, the Lord is revealing it to me day by day through scripture. But yeah, Collision is definitely going to be a Christian hip-hop record.
Cool. Any timetables on that?
No.
No timetables.
No timetables.
All right. Anything that you, at least as the project is in the work, is there anything that we can expect to go along with the album? You know, a lot of people doing like webisodes, and are there some ideas that you're cooking up?
One of the ideas, a lot of people don't know, but I'm a pianist by trade. Like, I play organ for my church. I've been playing since I was like 15, and that's really the breadwinner right now until, you know, Collision High Society picks up. So, you know, I do a lot of touring with bands and choirs and things like that. And I was listening to a particular record, and there was a lot of piano work. It was okay, but I'm thinking about doing a songs in the key of life type feel, Stevie Wonder songs in the key of life, where every song that was on that record highlighted some sort of playing, whether it was piano, Rhodes, Wurlitzer, clav, whatever, organ. And I'm thinking of bringing that to hip-hop, to where every song will have some sort of live instrumentation that has to do with me playing. But that's just a production idea, you know. As far as concept for the record, we're still working that out. But Overdose happened through co-owner of Collision Records, Adam Thomason. Him and Cray are great friends, and it was, you could pretty much say it was a favor, to where AT was like, hey, you know, what about Swoope on this record, da da da, and Cray gave me a shot. It was actually a song before this that was supposed to make Rehab, and Cray sent it to me. I did what I could, you know, in 16 bars, and he liked it. But that song didn't make Rehab. So when Overdose came around, it was kind of like, you know, we want Swoope on this record and things like that. I'm still, like I said, I'm still a big fan of a lot of the cats that I work with. So those things are like monumental to me. Like I still put Lecrae's, you know, records on and be like, wait a minute, is that me on the third verse? You know, so that was an excellent opportunity. Listen and compare. Listen to music and compare it to scripture. If it don't line up, speak your mind. If it does, thanks for listening. Rapzilla.com. Sorry for talking so much.